Adult Divinity Lost explores mature and often graphic themes, including extreme violence, gore, drugs, sexuality, mental illness, difficult social and political themes, and human suffering. Some viewers, a whole lot of viewers may find this content disturbing. Since we're not able to honor an X card on pre-recorded content, viewer discretion is strongly advised. We have a ton of content on our channel for those with less extreme tastes, so if this kind of horror isn't for you, please browse our other games.
Close your eyes. Before I really offer the intro, I'd like you guys to just think about where you've come from. And think about how this game has challenged your views or your sense of self, our relationships. I'd like you to consider just how ironic it is that Quinton, Hurst, and apparently this Ezekiel Graves all have such an incredible dedication and devotion to Carter. What makes her so special? I don't know. Maybe Andy could tell us. But that's not what this is about. It's about choices. Most of them don't matter, not really. They fill the day, keep us busy, give us the comforting illusion that we're in control. What we wear, what we say, what we choose to ignore. They pass through us without consequence, forgotten almost as soon as they're made. But every now and again, there's a decision that doesn't fade, one that settles in quickly and then waits. It doesn't feel important when it happens. There's no warning, no sense of finality. Just a moment where something shifts and the path narrows without us noticing. Those are the decisions that define us, you see. The ones that can't be undone. The ones that can't be justified. The ones that shape everything that comes after, whether they're ready for it or not. Long after these choices are made, we keep paying for them. Sometimes with little strips of guilt. Sometimes, Dr. Hurst, with blood. Sometimes with things we didn't even realize we were risking. Now, tonight is not about new choices, it's about old ones finally catching up to you. Every step forward has, in fact, been accounted for, every outcome balanced in a ledger that never forgets and will never forgive. Last time, Carter made a decision that she won't be able to take back. In a moment, it felt necessary. It felt inevitable, even. Ezekiel Graves had to be stopped. He had to pay for his crimes, for his trespasses. She choked the life from that man as she stared into his eyes and watched him grasping at what remained of his life with those pretty hands, those hurtful hands. She showed him what it felt like to have something precious taken away. But the body on the floor of the restaurant, it wasn't Graves. It never was. Just a stranger, someone whose name will never be known, whose only mistake was being close enough for someone else to wear him like a coat. Graves didn't die on the floor, Carter. He just moved on, and he left behind the same broken little girl, so he can come back around later. Hurst lies on the floor, bleeding from a gunshot wound. Quinton reels from some sort of sedatives. Let's start with Carter. Carter, what do? You're there, straddling this dead person, tongue wagging out, eyes bulging, face kind of purple. It's a nondescript gentleman, probably in his mid-40s, dressed for an event of some kind, or maybe he's at work. You don't know. Standing nearby is Ami. If you remember the waitress who was helping you, she's stepped back and is obviously gasping in fear, but not as much as she should. It's like she's seen this sort of thing before. Carter, where do we find you? Please tell us.
I'm startled back to reality, or into a moment of reality as I see that the face has changed before me. It is not who I was seeing before. The adrenaline of the situation has not worn off, and I am still convinced that I was doing the right thing. And why did he change? Where did he go? I'm not dropping into guilt or shame. I am going to stick with denial, and I'm going to look wildly around for Ezekiel.
You look around looking for anyone, someone. You see a gathering of people who are trying to figure out and perhaps get past this dining room area to get out of the building. I'll remind you that there were gunshots, multiple. There was a shattered window. There's a bullet hole in Hurst, and blood now soaks the carpet of this restaurant, or I should say is on the hardwood floor of the restaurant. You're looking around. You don't see Graves. You see Ami backing up out into the hallway quickly, almost with purpose. That's a good moment to check in with the doctor. Doctor, you are compressing the wound, holding your blood inside of you. You don't know how bad it is. Maybe it's hit an artery. Maybe this is it for you. Can you accept that? Tell me.
No, not like this. I'm not ready to move on. I still have the gun. I briefly consider continuing this with Quinton, but I feel faint. I can't. I have to do something to stop the bleeding. I just gesture with, I drop the gun and I gesture with my hand at Quinton, and I'm just like, stay back, Quinton. I'm not your enemy, not anymore. Just, I gotta tie this off.
Cue his hand,
or else I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna try to.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna try to do a tourniquet.
Sounds good.
Around my leg.
Let's flash to Quinton. Quinton, you see him lift up his hand, and it is literally dripping with his blood. He's been shot, and as much as you might have thought that's funny, his fingers. First, there's 5, then there's 10, and oh God, what the hell is going on here? It's so hard to hold it together. Quinton, where are you, and what are you thinking?
I'm gonna guess that I have been kind of reeled back just because I am so dizzy. I see that his hands are up, and so I want to at least try to look around and see where that gun went.
You heard it hit the floor.
I will probably see 3 of them on the floor, maybe.
Yeah, you heard it hit the floor for sure. It clattered against the hardwood. I said it right that time. You look down, and certainly you see it, but it's really all you can do as you're kind of in the moment, and the adrenaline is starting to settle down just a tiny bit. It's all you can do to keep it together. Hint, hint. Let's all 3 please roll for our disadvantages. So for those who don't know, all characters in Kult have these, and at the beginning of each session, they roll against them. And depending on how they roll, I might get some things to use against them. What's that, Chantel?
Should I roll for Stalker or for Nightmares?
I think Stalker, probably.
Okay.
That's your yeah. Ooh.
Oh, fudge knuckles. All right, get me back to this.
I love these failures. These are my favorite failures, guys.
Oh, sorry. I don't have everything clicked together nicely.
It's fine. Oh, man. Wow. Okay, so I've got 3 hold on you. I've got 3 hold on Carter, which I will not use right now, and Hurst, as if it couldn't get any worse, given all that's going on. It's this anxiety attack that's taking you over. If you bleed out, your work isn't done yet. It flashes before you all these beautiful butterflies that you've made, all of these wonderful specimens, but there's one yet perhaps the greatest one, and she's just right there in reach. You're going to reduce your stability by 2.
Thank you.
Okay. Here we go. Carter, what do you do? So you see Ami backing away. Again, you're on top of this dead guy. Definitely a dead guy. There are a couple of people shrieking out in the hallway. There's sort of a long hallway. This is like that private dining area, right? So that you would know to the right are the restrooms and the kitchen, and then to the left is a more general area. There's a bar out there, and the main dining area that you guys walked past when you came in. What do you do?
Nearest exit, I run up to look for Ezekiel in the next room.
Okay, so you run out. Off to the left, it's just, there's a low wall, right, with a planter, so you can kind of look through the plants. People have mostly filed out. There are a couple who have ducked under tables, the thought being probably an active shooter, ironically right across the street from a church that suffered the same. You look around. Give me a observe the situation, please. Yes. So, as you're looking around in this dining area, you don't notice really anyone that looks like Grace. But then, then outside the front window, you can see the beautifully sort of hand painted letters proclaiming the 7 horns in the window. There are men coming along the road, eyeless men approaching. There are 4 in suits, and they appear to have guns. What do you do?
I turn around and go back and grab Quinton.
You turn around. Quinton is there, dizzy, but Quinton, I'm guessing you probably were kind of trying to reach for the gun.
Yeah.
Yep. So do you want to try to grab it? If so, you can act under pressure at -4.
Okay.
Don't leave me, Carter.
Completely ignore that.
You need me.
Hurst has taken off his tie and is proceeding to make a tourniquet or maybe your belt. Which one would you like to use?
I'm going to go with belt.
Okay.
Actually, I thought about the tie originally. I realized not tight enough.
Yeah, yep.
Can I assist? I can see that Quinton is going for his gun, right? For the gun?
Yes. In fact, and has failed miserably.
Can I just like Carter?
Can I assist him?
Get that gun. Get that gun.
Get it for him? I'm going to grab the gun from him.
Okay. You do. There's a bit of a wrestling, and the consequence of this, just so you know that I'm making my move as I'm supposed to, is there's a bit of a wrestling match as Quinton is holding the barrel of the gun, thankfully, not close to the trigger, but you're pulling back and forth, so you are sweating time at this point. You know it's only steps before that front door opens. Of course, Quinton, you were unaware of this. Carter was the only one who would have seen these people coming in.
Okay.
What do you do? That'll be nice.
Me?
Yes.
I pull at Quinton, and I'm not like trying to steal the gun from him. I can see that he's having trouble with it. So, but I take the gun and I pull him to, come on, let's go. They're coming.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Keep the gun. Don't let Hurst get it. They drugged me with something, and you gotta help me out of here. I'm so sorry.
I grab him by the front of his shirt, and I try to pull him up.
Okay.
I can help carry him. Just got to help me to my feet. I think I have the wound stabilized. I can help.
Completely ignore him.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
You completely ignore him.
He trapped us here.
You hear, as the front door opens, there's a sound of a frightened scream. It sounds like a woman Carter, you would guess that probably someone has noticed these men walking in with their empty eye sockets. Then there's a crack of a firearm, and the screen cuts off suddenly, and then there is a sound of breaking china as this person presumably falls over the table where she was shot. There's another couple of cracks. More dead people. It's only moments now. You grab him by his sweatshirt and pull him up. You may very well need Hurst's help, as he's proving to be unsteady on his feet.
Are there long tablecloths on the tables?
Yes, there are tablecloths on the tables.
At this point, I'm going to shove Q under an unoccupied table nearby and tell him just to stay quiet. Stay still.
Okay. What are you doing? Are you going to be safe? Go. Don't tell me what you're going to do.
Look at him and I turn around and I ready my gun.
Okay.
You ready your gun? Got it. You, Hurst, what are you doing? You have stabilized the wound as best you can. It's very uncomfortable, as you can imagine, having a belt that tight around your leg.
I am going to... There's a puddle of blood on the ground.
There definitely is, yes.
I'm going to pretend to be dead.
Okay.
And lay in the puddle and just slow my breathing, try to calm myself so that I can appear like I'm a fatally wounded body.
Let's have an influence other to represent how you go about that. How believable your pose is.
And -2 stability means a -2 to that, right?
Yes, for sure. All rolls. Got it. So you're doing your best. You slink down into the blood and lay your head there in the middle of it, so it looks kind of like a head wound. Sadly, you're struggling to get your breath to a point where you can do anything other than hyperventilate. Then there's this moment, Carter. They turn the corner. First, again, it's a thin, generally well-groomed, middle-aged white guy. There's an African-American right over his shoulder, very well groomed as well, both wearing suits, deacons, if you will. No eyes in their eye sockets. They turn the corner with 9mm pistols. What do you do?
I don't think they want to kill me, so I just lower my gun and I advance toward them.
You advance toward them. Are you trying to get in between Hurst and them, or are you going to let them approach Hurst?
I'm acting like Hurst doesn't exist. I'm just getting closer to them. They're here for me. They're here for me. And fine. What do you want from me?
Nice.
What do you want?
So you step forward. Give me a keep it together as you see these abominations. As scarred as you are, it's still hard to look at.
I have somehow screwed up my character sheet here. Hold on. Keep it together?
Yes. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. So, you're getting really low on stability, aren't you?
I'm like -5 now.
So...
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
So as you try to approach them, you can see deep in these eye sockets something moving, despite the fact that there are no eyes in there. It's as if there's something just kind of writhing around in there. You don't know, is it worms? Is it what? And you just feel panic coming, and you start to hyperventilate. You would absolutely love to be able to keep it together, but you can't. And it's at this moment when there's this deafening sound of the fire alarm. This sort of, I can't really mimic it, this you know, the one that they test at work that splits your skull. Someone has tripped the fire alarm. The abomination standing in front of you shrieks, lets out a sound inhuman. This is sort of takes its drops its gun as it raises its hands to its ears, attempting to abate the noise. You can see Ami appearing over her shoulder as they struggle to keep their own composure. What do you do?
How close are they to me?
They're in the doorway. You could press past.
How many? How many are there?
There are 4 in total. There are 2 here in the doorway.
No, I don't want to press past. I want to confront them. So the closest one to me is how many feet from me? So
You would step over Hurst, and it's one more step beyond that.
I step over Hurst and I grab their head and twist it.
Oh, wow. So you're going to attempt to grab this thing's head. Let's have an engage in combat. You're going to have no penalties because it is focused more on blocking this really high frequency, shrill, awful sound from its ears. And you do. Tell me how this works out.
I twist their head like.
You trying to break a neck?
I'm trying.
Okay. Yes, I think you do. I think you come up. Is there a parkour move? Tell me, Carter, how does this work out as you jump up and use your body weight to twist the neck?
I really just kind of put every bad feeling I've ever had into that motion. As I step over Hurst, there's a symbolic feel to stepping over him, stepping past him, stepping beyond him, and then my next step is violent in its. As I'm shifting forward, I put all of my weights into like the jujitsu moves we practiced in the academy, the self-defense to throw someone off of us, someone much bigger than us, except I throw that all into twisting his neck.
Wow.
To his left.
Yeah. So I think there's this resistance and the muscles, right, instinctively kind of tighten, but with your body weight and the angle that you're going at, there's a twist and a crack. Immediately, obviously this being falls and just kind of hands shaking. The others are shrieking to a point where they're not even paying any attention. They're more as this sound, this high-pitched, shrill sound. Another clue there, Andy, is causing them great grief. Ami appears in the hallway as this crumples to the ground. Quinton, you see this. At least you see the scene under the, if you picture the cameras on the other side with the tablecloth hanging down, you see this sort of guy land on the ground. His head is crooked and mouth kind of frozen in like a grimace. Ami speaks. She's obviously holding her own ears because it's very loud. She says, there's no time. There's no time. You must leave. He is not here, but you have a chance, she says to you, Carter. What do you do?
Where do I go?
In the church, beneath the church. There's a shelter there. They keep him there, but it is not safe here. You must leave.
I push through. What do I have to do to get out through the store?
To the back, she says.
I leave. I take out the back and take off out the back, and I'm going to head over to the church.
Where are your friends? She looks around. Wait, your friends?
He's drugged. He can't walk.
He will die here.
Safe.
He will die here. I can't keep him safe. I've done all I can.
I can't keep him safe either.
The choice is yours. She departs quickly.
Damn it. Are there any weapons sitting around here? Is this guy that fell? He's a gun.
He has a 9mm pistol.
I'm going to grab that gun, put it in my waistband or my hoodie pocket or whatever, and hoodie pocket, I guess. And I swear, and I go and I grab Quinton from underneath the table and help haul him up. Grab a glass of water. Is there like a bottle of water or something here? And throw it into his hands. Come on, drink it. Come on, we have to go. We have to go.
Is that the bottle that they gave me, that they brought out for me? Because I asked for, like, water.
I'm going to say that there's one, she's found one on an adjacent table. So a table that wasn't meant for you. Perhaps it was safe. Also, Carter, you may have a cocktail that will... It won't exactly counteract this, but it might stimulate him to the point where he can function. It's going to be dangerous, but you might be able to give him some pills. You're going to have some. Why shouldn't he?
Yeah. I reach into my pocket. How many do I have?
Just enough. But this is it.
Open wide. I throw a couple pills in.
They're bitter. You don't know what it is. It reminds you of a rave that you were at once, Quinton, but you're hoping. You need this. The sound of the fire alarm is killing you. It is so loud and so high-pitched. It just causes your ears to attenuate every time it pulses. And these things, you can now see them in the doorway. They are armed. Well, I should say they were, but they're now reacting to this alarm. Trying to get away from it. One is sort of clawing at it as if something about the frequency and the volume combined is causing a problem. Hurst, you're on your feet, I would assume, at this point. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. I recognize that there's no point in playing dead. I'm going to stumble forward. Ami's leaving.
Yes.
I know that Quinton, Carter's helping Quinton, so I'm going to attempt to check to make sure that the way out back is clear for them to join.
Okay.
She's not leading us into a trap. And I'll yell at Carter, try to yell over the noise. It's like, I'm going to follow her and go to the church. Just grab him and come with once you're done giving him pills.
So you step out into the hallway. Forward. I think you're using the wall to support your weight, right, as you move. You there's a what would appear to be maybe a sous chef or something like that, kind of down low, peeking out from in the kitchen. You can see the tile floor. You can see the metal fixtures of the kitchen. There's the restrooms you move past. Ami is standing at the end of the hallway. It's one of these moments where as soon as she sees that that where she is, she moves further on. You hobble down the hallway. You can feel the trickle of blood down your leg. It's so painful, and it's only a matter of time, before your leg starts to fall asleep, and that's going to be even worse. You're moving and moving as best you can. You stop and you look in the kitchen. You obviously get a reaction from the folks that are in there. You hear the one guy speaks up, might be the head chef. He says, "Is the shooter still out there? Is the shooter still there?" He calls.
Just keep in cover. The shooter's still out there.
Somebody call the cops. Did somebody call the cops?
But they're on their way. They're already coming. Just hide. Just hide.
He ducks back behind the big metal counter. You make your way out to the back. There's the storeroom, obviously, the freezer's back there, all that sort of stuff. There's the back door, which is a fire exit, which has been pushed open. Ami is nowhere to be seen. The fire.
I catch my breath for a moment and then look back to look for Carter supporting Quinton. And when I see them, I'm going to wave.
Nice. The two of you, the camera returns to the two of you. You pop these pills. Certainly, if it were only like video games, Quinton, if they only would act so fast. Mm-hmm. You're struggling as you move. You feel nauseous. You feel anxious. You're afraid. As much as you don't want to admit, you are afraid. You feel your phone buzz, but you don't have time to look at it. There's just no way you're moving along down this hallway.
I know.
Let's have an act under pressure, Carter, to represent your helping Quinton down the hallway, please. Or a help down the hallway skill roll if you have that.
Would you like me to do like a reflexes or something like that? No, that would be stupid. Do you want me to do an act under pressure also?
Yeah, I think that works as well. I think. Ooh.
Talking about a -5.
You can remove 2 points of penalty, by the way, for giving in to your dark secret, your pills.
Oh, so can I reroll then?
Yep. Well, you could just.
Or just
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I should have told you that earlier. Where'd the music go? Golly gee darn.
I'm still failing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. I've got to move.
Mm.
So you, as you're hobbling along, you're kind of supporting Quinton between the wall and you. Quinton, where'd you? Yeah, both.
I failed.
So you're every now and again, it's like supporting that super drunk friend on the way to the bathroom. It almost reminds you of college, right? He's just wavering, and you're hoping he can get it together. You look over your shoulder, and you see the front door has opened, and yet another Graves, ironically this time, dressed in a woman's attire. From the street, by the look of things, it was someone out for the night, kind of nice, pretty scarf, a smart leather jacket. There is the face of Graves moving in. So this takes on more the persona as if Graves were a bit more, inclined to be less sort of masculine and less formal in his attire. But he comes moving in. What do you do?
Is he really here? Is he really across the street? Is he in both places at once? What is...
You don't know. There is let's just say flamboyantly dressed in this specific instance, Ezekiel Graves walking with purpose in the front door of the restaurant, past the maitre d's station. I'll remind you, the hallway kind of goes straight back, right off to the right of that. From his perspective would be the room you were in. To the left is a main dining room. He walks in as if he knows exactly what was going on. He doesn't bother with any of the scene that's going on. He just walks directly past the maitre d' station and toward you. You're about 3/4 of the way down the hallway. You can see the back exit in sight.
Carter is torn between several possibilities as she waits for these drugs to kick in. On one hand, can she abandon this man? Like, on one hand, she wants to leave Quinton and run out the back door and across the street and lure whatever entity this is outside of this restaurant away from these people. She worries that Quinton will be killed immediately if she leaves him, though. She wants to not do whatever Hurst wants her to do. Her instinct is to go the opposite direction of anything that Hurst says. And at the same time, she is tired. She is breaking, and she wants to confront this motherfucker where he stands at this time. And she's going to go with that last one.
So you stop, Quinton. You feel the support of Carter falter for the first time as she takes her hands off of you. You both can feel the surge of some sort of chemical. It's not sudden, it's very subtle. As you know, it'll be a minute before it really has any benefit. But Carter, you turn. You meet his gaze. He's smiling and he's looking right at you. His eyes are hungry, just like they were. What do? You go confront him?
I'm going to take the gun that's been in my hands and I'm going to reach back and give it to Q.
You reach back. Q, you feel something kind of bump up against your chest. You look down and she's handing you a firearm.
I'll put my hand to hold it to my chest as I kind of form
Carter,
into
no.
the wall.
We can make it together.
Carter, don't go after it. It's not real. It's not real.
It's smiling, walking toward you.
It's a lie.
Is it
It's
a
a
lie,
lie.
Carter? He's walking toward you, stepping.
Of course it's a lie. I put my hands at my side
You wait
and
for
I try to let down all of the defenses, all of the shields that tell me that this is not real, that this is crazy. And instead, I let all of the memories flood me. I let all of the inferences fill me and let all of the connections connect.
So you see him in more casual attire. There's the smell of wood smoke. There's no restaurant. You smell vanilla. It's a perfume you got for your birthday. It's the first bottle of perfume that your dad bought for you, but he wouldn't let you wear it. Ezekiel. Adam. It's the hands, it's the eyes, it's confusing. This is not the same person, or is it his? He thought you were pretty. He thought you smelled good. But he didn't touch you. He wanted to. And then there's this moment where you feel this man's hands, despite the fact that they come in a very effeminate frame, touch you, and the sensation is the same. Come on, sweetheart. Despite the fire alarm. I need you to come with me. There's something we gotta do. What do you do?
I follow.
You follow. And we cut between scenes, and they're not dissimilar, Carter. They're not different scenes. You walking along, holding this hand. The only difference is you don't have to reach as high to hold this hand. You turn and walk toward the front of the restaurant. Quinton, you are watching this scene as Carter turns and walks away with this woman.
Do I see it looking like Graves?
No, it is a woman. She's probably an attorney or a businesswoman, smartly dressed, out for the night. Very kind of middle-aged, but very well put together. The two of them are walking out the front door together.
Jesus, Carter, what is... How are the drugs kicking in?
So at this point, you can function. But you are certainly not doing parkour or any martial arts, right? So any physical activity that implies very sudden motion is going to require a roll. So if you want to get in combat, it's going to be tricky, but you can function to some degree. What do you do with that?
When I call out to Carter, does she turn? Does she hear me? Does she indicate that she has heard me at all?
I think some part of you hears this, Carter. But you're so lost in this memory. You're so lost, and then you see them. Their faces painted in something that is not blood, or that is not paint. It's red, brownish a bit, having dried. There are men there. And one of them is your father. And you don't have a lot of choice but to go with this guy, because that's the way this goes. What happened, Carter? What? Since you're facing this memory, you tell me what happened. Why do I always have to be the one who tells you about yourself?
My dad was there.
Or was he? You tell me. What part of your memories do you really own? How much of this is even real, Carter?
in my memory, and I didn't remember this before. He's there. My dad is there, and he's crying. But he doesn't say anything.
Why is he crying, Carter? Why do you think he's crying? Because he doesn't have a fucking choice, that's why.
They lead me to a table. The men are standing in a circle around it. Evan is on the table. They hand me a knife.
It's heavy. It shouldn't be this heavy. Tell me about the knife.
It's pretty. It's black and sparkly somehow, with a beautiful red handle. It's a little curved, and it's got a few serrations. It looks like a hunting knife, except not any knife that I've seen before. It feels weird, feels heavier than it should. And it looks so big in my hand.
Your little pink nails. How pretty. Evan has a bird chest. His nipples are hard because it's cold outside, if you recall. But he's shaking, and in here it's not that cold. What are you doing? How does that play out? Look both ways. You're crossing the road. Cross the road toward the church. Footsteps on concrete, past the manhole, up the other curb. Tell me what happened, Carter, with that fucking knife.
I looked at Evan and I could see what they wanted me to do. I could see what my dad didn't want me to do. I could see why he was crying.
Did you do it?
No. Not at first.
Say more.
I held back. I pulled back. I drew away. Tears in my eyes. I said, no, I can't. I can't. Daddy, please.
Oh, honey. This isn't about Daddy. The warmth of these hands on your shoulder, these big, soft hands on your shoulder, grazing your breast as he reaches down to take your wrist. It's easy. That's all you gotta do is close your eyes and just let me help you. One hand closing around your wrist strongly, pressing you toward Evan, who is there, helpless. What did you do? Did you do it? Did he help you do it? Or why did you wind up in the room? Why did you wind up in a room locked in there?
I was so little. I was so much smaller than them. All these big men, these police officers, these pastors, these leaders, the mayor, they're so much bigger than me. I was a little girl.
Then why didn't you just do it? Why didn't you just listen? Why'd you have to? And then there's this moment where this little girl puts all of her energy into an elbow to the groin. No, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to kill my... And you cried. You cried as he took you and he slung you into that room. And he looked at you and he said, I'll be back for you, little girl. But right now, We have business to do, and a door slammed. That makes sense. The door slammed just as the door opened. The door to a moldy, musty, rundown church. The camera will leave you there and return to Hurst and Quinton. Hurst, you've come back to the back door. You've witnessed this scene of Carter walking across the street with a woman, as I described before. What do you do?
I recognize that I have to see what they're leading Carter into. I mean, she's supposed to be mine. I'm not supposed to just give her up. I consider running. I could maybe slip out of the country. I have funds, but it would haunt me if I lost her. So I'm going to pursue the two of them, limping as stealthily as possible to follow them to that church. And I know deep down they're going to the church.
You walk toward Q, who's propped against the wall, hyperventilating, and so sort of trying to catch his breath. He's obviously been, drugged. We've established this before. Quinton, you see Hurst approaching. He has a look of concern in his eyes, for what that's worth.
Fuck off, Hurst. I'm going after her. And now, should we, because the fire alarms are still going off.
Yes.
If we go down that hall, are we going to run into the blind men?
So, yes, you will, but they are reacting to this alarm for the moment. Should it go off, that could change.
Then let's move as quickly as we can. I'm going to go down there and follow Carter.
Let me help you. Come out the back door. We'll circle around and rejoin them. That's the smartest move. Come on, Quentin.
That's the smartest move. Let's go.
I grab you under your arm and try to support you while you're supporting me and my dead ass leg. And I'm like, one foot in front of the other. Come on.
If you try to hurt me or if you try to hurt Carter, I'm going to jam my fingers into your wound and I'm going to rip it open. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I'm sure you'll try, Quentin.
I will, and I'll do it. But let's go. And let's go after them.
So you move through. As you're moving out of the room, Hurst, there are some bodies that were left, and these men have two of them have made their way out to flee the sound. One of them is obviously dead from having its neck popped, and the other is just sort of pirouetting, if you will, very slowly in the main dining area, away from the noise, where the ceilings are higher and it's not quite so shrill. This gives you at least some comfort that there's a way to distract them or whatever. You walk out past the dining room, or move as quickly as you can past the dining room. At this point, the woman and Carter are across the street. The lot for the church is fairly well wooded, and at this point, not properly maintained. There's a low fence around the front. It's kind of an antique style church anyway. You would recall the news footage of that day. Mm-hmm. There's a shooter came in with a high caliber rifle right in the middle of a service and just basically mowed down as many people as he could before taking his own life. The church has never really been rebuilt since then. It stands. No one can really bear the shame of the memory or the tragedy that happened there. There are little bouquets of various age put in the front along this fence. And as you approach, guys, Carter and her companion, having just walked mindlessly past it, you notice some of them are old and moldy, having been there since the event. The front door of the church is open.
Oh, a gorgeous monument to suffering. Hurst thinks to himself.
You see Carter and the woman enter. As you are crossing the street, you can see them kind of entering the front of the church. It's dark in there.
Are there any cameras around here? If I just make a quick glance, are there any?
There are a couple. Yep. There's a camera, street light camera. And there's a security one across there's a jewelry store next to the restaurant. There's a security camera out front.
I want to take a look at both of them and just be like, we're going into the church. You can find me there. We're going into the church. You can find me there. And then I'll go in. Hopefully the stalker will follow or at least kind of keep an eye out. That's the joy of having a stalker. At least they'll come and save me so that they can take care of me.
Yeah.
Like, get rid of me themselves.
Your phone buzzes again as you're approaching. You're moving across the street. You feel it in your pocket.
I feel it. I'm not going to pull it out until we get across the street, just in case,
Okay. Yeah.
Gar.
You are moving toward the front. We now rejoin Carter. So Carter, between these two scenes, tell me more. So you were in that room, Evan. Does this make sense now? Evan came and he was bleeding. What do you think happened?
I think they took my hand and made me cut him.
Is that what caused you to hit that man? Is that what caused you to disrupt the flow? Do you remember what it felt like? The point of the knife sinking into his skin, that delicate little pop that happens when the point punctures if it's not razor sharp. Do you remember that?
It was so terrible. It was so awful.
Do you remember?
I threw up.
Why did you throw up? Was it just that, or was it that finger of blood on your lips?
It was that feeling, that sound that the knife made into the flesh of someone I loved. I didn't want to hurt him. Why did they make me hurt him?
Make you hurt him? Sweetheart, says the man next to you that is not a man that is a man. We all make our own choices. We didn't make you do anything. The universe can't do that. Turns out, we all get what we deserve in the end, don't we? But he made it out. He fought his way out. Didn't he, sweetheart? You remember that ride? Well, I remember the news in the paper. Turns out, trees don't fall over when you run into them, do they, sweet cheeks? Oh, boo-hoo. You should have just done what you were told. You'd have been a lot better off.
Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Huh. Well, why does heaven and earth exist? I'm doing it because I love you. I always have since the first time I touched your pretty little cheek. And, well, in my former life, I'd hoped that we'd be together. But your daddy didn't like that idea. Neither did old Dawkins. And you know what? When that old bitch Mildred reported me to the clergy, sent the pictures I took, some of them were of you too. Well, she got what she deserved. So now after all this time, we're back to business. Just one thing left. You're walking through the pews. You can see flashes in your broken state, flashes of what happened then. Pow! And brains, and pow! And blood on a hymnal, and pow! And no, the preacher died too that day. As you're walking up the aisle, it's dark. Entrance to the shelter is behind the pulpit. There's a sign there. It's dingy. It's real dingy. It's kind of some graffiti that's been sprayed here and there. As you look around the church, the memories are stopping. The reality around you is setting in. What do you do with yourself?
What do you want? I ask again. What do you want of me?
I want you
Make it stop.
I can make it stop. I thought you'd never ask. We're almost there. Almost there. Oh, I can smell that vanilla. The voice is odd coming from the person next to you because suddenly it's a female's voice and you look and she's looking at you confused.
Run.
She looks around and just runs. Obviously runs straight past Quinton and the doctor. You make your way into the church. You see what I've described. Carter is all the way up at the pulpit.
Carter? Come back. Come back to us. Please. There's nothing here for you. There's nothing here for us.
The only way out is through.
The eyeless men appear in the door of the church behind them.
Oh, do we feel them behind us?
No. The camera sees them there. As you're the only way out, you gotta go, and you see Carter would be able to see their forms. Mm-hmm. Perhaps there's a blip in the light that causes you to look. But yes, ultimately you would notice them there.
Is there anything on the altar?
You look around. There's spray paint on. There's some artifacts. There's like an old, kind of cheap candle holder that's been knocked over on the floor. Some pages of a hymnal or a Bible that was torn out. It's kind of like some hoodlums have come in and caused some problems. Shout out to hoodlums, by the way. Not really.
I step towards the shelter.
You step. There's a hallway which leads back behind the pulpit. You can see there's a sign on the wall that essentially says "emergency shelter" with an arrow. Back there in the kind of staff hallways.
Carter, wait for us. We're with you. At least we can see it through together, right? We started this whole thing. Look, I even brought Quinton with me. That has to mean something, right?
It means you don't care if he dies.
True.
Hey,
I'm going to try to move away from Hurst and move closer to Carter. And I finally pull out my phone and at least take a look at it because it's been buzzing to try to see what's going on in there.
It's a message from Null Spectre. You're moving along as you do this, I assume. Yeah, you're not
just... Okay,
cool.
As much as I can, yeah.
So you're doing that.
Like holding onto the pews as I go up through.
Ditto on the pews, just like dragging my leg, bleeding as I use the pews to support my weight.
Yeah.
Pulling myself forward.
So you're moving along. Carter, you move back behind the pulpit and are making your way then down the stairs. They're sort of institutional decor down here, right? Concrete walls, metal railing, and it could use a fresh coat of paint. Smells of piss, like somebody might have used this as a urinal. It's probably some, homeless folks or vagrants squatting. But there's a light ahead. There's a light down there. It seems to be coming from under a door. As you round the corner there's an institutional door with a big pull handle. There's a lock. There's no thumb button or anything like that. What do you do?
I step up to it and with one hand I push it open.
We'll get back to you in a second. So Hurst and Q approach this hallway. You pass the pulpit and kind of looking around. It's not like you're going as fast as you can, right? You're not meandering and searching for treasure. Q, you get a video.
Okay.
You click play. It's taking a second to buffer. There's looks like a kind of a roughly finished basement. There's Lionel, what was her name? This one.
Oh, Maddie, or Maddie, Madeline. I can't remember. But, oh no. Yes, it was definitely Madeline.
It's a first-person video. You watch, and it's sort of jittery, right? What's that? Go ahead.
Oh, you sound like your audio clicked out there for a second.
Am I there? I said it's a first-person video.
Okay.
So how much of this do you watch as you're moving? First 10 or so seconds, there's movement around an unfinished basement, and then there's there's a girl.
I'm gonna try to watch it as much of it as I can as I'm going down, because it's got to be important, but also I gotta get to Carter before she goes into the shelter, because who knows what's gonna happen once she gets there.
Yeah, no, for sure. This is there's a face that you recognize there. Want to tell me a little bit more about this missing person that you're so intrigued by?
Me?
Yeah.
Is it Marisol?
Yeah. Or Madeline or Maddie or... Yeah. Just tell me what she looked like when you used to watch her on her YouTube channel.
She is everything that I wanted to be. You know, that's this fearless urban explorer. She's charming. She's brilliant. She's got this cinematic eye, and like she has this. She just wanted to
find the truth.
Know the truth about everything, just the truth, and to share that with the world. And to me, that was just, you know, after the stuff with my sister, and then that goddamn Kenny, and like letting people know the truth about him, and that has kind of became a obsession for me. And then to find her, and that she's doing a similar thing.
Oh,
and then
she was.
And then to find out that she just disappeared, and I, you know, that she was on this staircase, and then it was that she just cut and it just disappeared.
Oh,
and
didn't it?
Yeah.
There, and here she is. And the funny thing is that her confidence, she's almost hard to recognize because the confidence is gone. The flare of curiosity, this fearless flare in her eyes is gone. She is in a cage. She has been badly beaten. One of her eyes is swollen almost shut. She's got a cut pretty deep on her lip. It's hard to tell, just this quick flash, and let me remind you that we're walking along a hallway. You realize now that you're distracted. You're now torn. You're at the head of the staircase. Carter is at the bottom of the staircase. What do you do?
I'm just gonna yell like, Carter, please wait. And then I'm gonna pause the video so that I can get down the steps without, you know, killing myself.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure I go down the steps before Hurst.
Understood. So you jump in front. You see Hurst, you see Quinton, despite all these things, stuff-hugging face in his phone, scrolling along, doing whatever, looks up, and you make your way down the stairs. Carter. You push the door open. There is, in fact, a facility down here. It's dimly lit. Maybe emergency lights they're very dim, kind of an occasional. They're not red and flaring or anything crazy like that. But you open the door, and this is a bit of a different scene. There's a different smell. It's almost anesthetic, although it mingles obviously right here in this room with the shitty staircase. It appears as if they have attempted to keep the space somewhat clean. You step essentially into an entryway. There's an area of hooks along the wall that might once have had some kind of protective equipment or something of that nature. There are robes hanging on that wall. Tell me about the robes they wear.
They're red like the handle of the knife. A dark blood red with black trim. Very melodramatic. But they're dirty.
With what?
They're soot. Black. Sticky. It almost looks like tar.
Beyond that is, and basically there's another door beyond this sort of entry area. There's not, a whole lot to indicate what this would be for. There's a long hallway beyond that, doors to either side. You would imagine that there's probably a place with bunks. There's probably some storage. But directly ahead is a light. They're there. As you're walking along, it's almost like you're coming home. You can feel that you almost have your answer. Quinton, you get to the bottom of the stairs. Tell me more about what you do with your phone.
All right. Once I get to the bottom and I'm like, that it's solid, I'm going to turn that on again because I've got to see this. And I'll let Hurst wait. And Carter's inside the room now. Like I can't see her in the hallway anymore.
Carter is in whatever facility this is. Yes.
All right. And I'm just going to keep calling like, Carter, please wait for us. Please wait for me. Please wait for me.
You call out.
But I'm going to keep watching. Yeah.
Yeah. You call out. You move into the facility though. You try to keep moving, or are you going to wait in there and just watch this whole thing?
I'm going to at least get to the door of the facility so that I can try to see her, try to get eyes on her.
Okay. Hurst, she moves in. Hurst presses in, I would assume. Hurst, you don't wait.
Oh, yes, absolutely. The thing is that I obviously have disdain for Quinton. I find it odd that he's so heavily focused on his phone at a time like this. Over his shoulder, I want to get a peek at what he's looking at. There's no logical reason, even in his altered state, why he'd be sitting on his phone at all.
Let's observe the situation and see how successful you are at that. If you succeed, then you can ask me 2 questions about what's going on the phone. Mm-hmm. Rolls are brutal tonight, by the way.
Right.
Mm.
It's almost like that stability -4 is like killing us in some way.
Sorry. Your by the way, your penalties should have been reduced by 2 Q at this point.
Okay. Okay.
So you get 1 question.
What seems off about this? What I see? What seems strange about this?
It's your basement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the GM.
It is your basement.
I don't know your basement.
But you just, there's this flash, and it's an unmistakable a horizontal freezer, a chest freezer. You recognize it because it's got a sticker on it that sort of half peeled in just a very particular way.
So
Do I feel him behind me?
Oh, I'm breathing quite heavily.
Okay.
Extremely injured. I'm going to reach into my pocket, and I'm going to go ahead and flip the orange protective sheath off of the needle. Okay. And I'm just going to just go ahead and palm it into my suit coat.
Okay.
So just have it kind of ready.
You do.
And I just pause for a moment because Quentin's eating up the entire doorway.
Yeah. So lots of things go through your mind, Hurst. That external hard drive where you keep, though it is locally encrypted, at least so you thought, where you keep your archive, all of the details on that old laptop down there in that back room of your basement. someone's gotten to it. Someone had to have gotten to it. How many videos are there? And tell me a little bit more about what you did to Marisol.
So there are 23 distinct victims, with Carter being the 24th. And there are weekly videos of each of those 23 victims. So there are hundreds of videos. Some break within the first couple months. Some hold on.
How did Marisol do?
Oh, exceptionally well. It took 5 months for her to beg me.
She'd been following you for a while, hadn't she? Clever girl.
That's what made me attracted to her. Clever, defiant, beautiful in her own way. I had to have her.
What was it that broke her, Hurst? What does Quinton see?
Well, you see, it wasn't the pain that I inflicted upon her. It was when I found out that she had family members that she really, really cared about. Young family members. I had told her many times that they could be a happy family again. I could have other cages installed, and they could live down here and enjoy my accommodations for a very, very long time.
And then you force-fed her the cat food. Your kindness.
Well, they always eat it eventually.
So you still don't exactly know what's happening, Quinton, as you're sitting here watching this. But from the first person, you see a finishing move. Tell me about that, Hurst. How did you kill her?
I jabbed a rusty screwdriver into the side of her neck. What is surprising is how she barely even fought at all. The resignation.
Long flathead screwdriver plunged into her neck, just kind of popped up under the jaw and up into the skull, blood spurting everywhere, her spasms, the odd shaky camera, someone probably maybe wearing a GoPro, you'd guess, Quinton, your knowledge of tech being what it is, eyes flashing around, and you watch in the seconds that you have, you see there's no doubt how your dear friend Marisol died, and the thing that gets you the most is it's just now that you notice the video there kind of minimized and hovering as it will over a text window. Null Spectre's comment, LOL. Carter, what do you do?
You're going to have to refresh me as to the scene that is before me.
You have stepped out of this kind of entry chamber into a hallway. There are some utilitarian things that you see immediately. There's a fire extinguisher hanging on the wall. There is a defibrillator in the emergency container with the so labeled. On the left, there is a cork board which could be used to display announcements or papers or whatever. Laughably, there's a facility inspection log. Last time it was inspected was sometime before the shootings. Ahead, on the right and left, there are doors. They're dormitories, apparently.
I'm going to grab the fire extinguisher.
You grab it. I'm going to pull it from its bracket on the wall. It's a good-sized one. So it's got a decent amount of weight to it. Of course, they inspected date on it is a while back as well.
And I'm going to move forward.
You move forward. There is a faint smell of human garbage, food, milk, in cartons as you approach that lunchroom smell, right? That school lunchroom smell. There is a chamber here that is obviously used. It's like a larger than break room, but not quite a huge cafeteria. It's obvious that it has been used recently. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm sorry, I was thinking.
Oh.
I'm going to continue to move forward.
You move forward into... There's basically a double door ahead of you, almost like what you would expect to see at a hospital. You open the door. There's a largish room. Hard to say what it once was used for. It's roughly the size, say like a master bedroom, a good-sized master bedroom. There is a hospital bed that has been plugged into the wall there. There's all manner of machines whirring. The smell is now clear where this antiseptic smell is coming from. As you open the door and see this lump, for lack of a better term, of charred, brittle flesh, seeping wounds and sores all over it, kept alive with some sort of apparatus. You're not really medically inclined, but it's obviously a complicated life support system. Sitting there next to the bed with his leg crossed as like a sophisticated man would is Ezekiel Graves. Oh.
Is it him?
It appears to, what do you mean, is it him? On the bed or in the chair?
In the chair. Does it look like someone is wearing him again, or he's wearing someone, or does it look like him?
He is dressed nicely. That's all I'll say. He is dressed in a suit. Hello, my dear. You'll forgive me if I shut the door. The door slams. Heavy hospitals, yeah, kind of like, or not hospital, but like facility door, right? Kablam! You're so gorgeous. And to believe you came all this way for me? You notice that the thing on the bed is convulsing to the rhythm of his laughter, as if the two of them are somehow connected.
What is this?
What is this? Why, this
is... I nod toward the bed.
Oh.
This.
Well, that would be my former self. Fella you probably never heard of, as we never really gave you a name. I was Adam Cross once. Before I was reborn. And soon I'll be reborn again. It's unfortunately my circumstance is a bit of a cruel joke on the count of I made a bit of an agreement. His eyes flare. But with your help, why, I can live again. He smiles.
Why me?
Oh, why anything? Because I love you. As hard as it is to believe, love comes in strange forms sometimes, Carter.
Make sense of this. Make sense of this for me. I was a child. You hurt me. You made me hurt others. Why?
I was trying to help you grow into what? Well,
grow?
Yes. To help you learn To help you blossom.
For what?
To serve the truth.
What truth?
The truth that lies behind every closed door. The truth that exists in places like this, where the line between what's real and what you're allowed to see is very thin, Carter. I serve a master greater than any god that man has ever dreamt up. We're not talking no Easter bunny. We're not talking no tooth fairy. And we're certainly not talking any Jesus goddamn Christ. He smiles. There's an infernal place that is beyond anything man could conceive as hell, and that place reached out to me in my moment of weakness. Amen. And showed me I just had to give in. It wasn't my time to die there in those flames. It was my time to ascend. And ascend I did. And he points to he points to the lump of burnt flesh. As with all good things, there's a punchline, though, isn't there? I had to find my true flesh while imprisoned in that rotting carcass there. And I found the answer to that. You and me are going to have a baby. Carter. That's what we're going to do. And that baby, oh, honey, haven't you learned? You don't tell me no. The thing on the bed starts to writhe and tremble. See, we just gonna do this nice and slow. Okay? What do you do?
Where am I in position to the bed and to the current Ezekiel manifestation?
So the Ezekiel manifestation is sitting next to a bed, much like an attentive nurse might. You are, say, as you would expect in a hospital room that's oriented with the bed kind of straight on. Although typically they're not that way because the door, opening lets light in. But basically it's more or less straight ahead. There are a couple of other things that you note about the room. There's a bit of a sitting area off to the side, so this might have been kind of a lounge area. It is obvious that people have come and gone. Perhaps there are caregivers who come. You don't know. Certainly these eyeless masses or whatever. You have your fire extinguisher in your hand.
What is the patient hooked up to?
So there's a variety of machines there. There's certainly monitors, right, which we're monitoring a status. There's an IV of some kind, probably providing fluid. You can't read the bag from here. Oxygen is there as well, and a variety of other things that one might use for someone who is unable to move on their own and function on their own.
I'm going to roll and act under pressure.
Okay.
And do I have any chips or anything that I can use?
Any chips?
Anythings? Do I have anything in reserve that I can use? No.
You gave into your dark situation, so you would relieve 2 points of penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it.
Okay. Okay. So my role for acting under pressure was to pull that weapon out that I took off of the eyeless guy.
Okay.
And to shoot the thing in the bed.
You shoot the thing in the bed. Got it. So, you pull out the weapon. The camera immediately flashes, of course, over to this scene here. Q, you are watching the screwdriver and it's hard to believe. Mm-hmm. Tell me how you're reacting to this.
Well, and one of the things I'd like to, as soon as I heard Hurst breathing behind me, I want to try to shift out of the way. So like, yeah, why don't you go ahead? I don't want him behind me. It's freaking me out.
Okay.
But as I see this and just, I immediately like go to grab the gun, like as if I'm going to like protect her or anything. But that's like my first instinct to like grab it and try to save her. And I know I can't. And I just find myself so filled with blinding rage.
You know what you do, though, Q?
What do I do?
You're futzing and fiddling like you want to help, and you take it off silent mode. And it's in that moment. What does Q hear you say, Dr. Hurst?
So as I'm getting ready to move past, I whisper in Q's ear.
No, what does what does he hear you say on the video when he
on the video? Oh, okay. You hear Hurst's voice say, "There we go. That's a good girl now."
You fucking son of a bitch!
And again, at the same time, you hear actual Hurst is like, "I always do admire my own work." And and I'm gonna try to inject him with a needle.
I'm gonna first need act under pressure. So Hurst was indeed prepared for this. So Quinton, all things considered, he's gonna catch you flat-footed.
Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. So
he called her a good girl. Fuck that right here, right now.
Give me
what do I roll?
Well, first Hurst is gonna roll engage in combat because he was ready for this. Like
do it.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Let's see. Still with the -2 penalty, I believe.
Yes.
Although watching my own work.
So
your minor
distraction.
Your minor erection gets in the way.
So it's basically you're ready, and what you're not expecting is for this for Q to react the way he does when he hears your voice. You weren't expecting any of that, the audio situation. So he spins and basically knocks your hand off to the side. You retain your grip on the syringe, but my move is that Q notices the syringe in your hand. Q, what do you do?
I want to try to, whichever hand I can use to like block his arm so it won't come at me.
Yep.
And I want to take the fingers of my other hand and I'm going to jam them right into that bullet wound in his leg.
You're going to try to reach down and grab his groin. We're back to the groin grabbing.
I'm going to just pull, and I want that like.
Oh, you mean the bullet wound on the thigh?
Yeah,
on the thigh.
Yeah.
And in fact, as I go in, I realize he's got that belt on, and I'm going to grab the belt and try to unhook it.
Nice.
And get rid of that fucking tourniquet.
Okay, so let's engage in combat. So engage in combat is going to give you a grip on the belt, right? So because Hurst is obviously not keen to let you. So this is going to be like a grappling scene where he's moving around. You knock his syringe aside, and you hold your arm up there. Engage in combat.
-2, so for stability?
Yes. Okay. You were 4 before, and you got 2 back, right?
Yeah, so I got 2 back. Yeah. I failure.
Okay, so you go to grab it. He sidesteps, and essentially you don't get a grip, or maybe it's slippery with his blood or something super quick. But you guys are engaged in combat. Pow! There's a gunshot. Carter, you will not have to roll because it's a big lump of sort of malformed. Like it appears now that you're close enough to shoot that the burn wounds basically were to the point where. One arm, the majority of the other arm, one leg all the way up to the thigh, and then like to the knee on the other one were pretty much burned off. And what remains is just a lump of really nasty scar tissue. What was left of its genitals are visible there, and you're just like, pow! So you do shoot. Where do you shoot it? Whereabouts? Center mass?
if its head is visible, I'm trying for a headshot.
Okay. Yeah, so you step up. I will make you roll for a headshot. You can get center mass for free, but you're shooting for headshots. So give me a roll, but I'm going to take your penalties away for this one.
What am I rolling?
Engage in combat.
Oh, engage in combat.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, so you shoot. You step forward, obviously, to get a line of sight. You go and you put a bullet in it. Pow! It penetrates the just kind of in the shoulder, close to the clavicle. There's a little bit of a reaction, and then this sort of mustardy, orangish, egg yolk color stuff starts to kind of ooze out. The person in the chair reacts to this poorly and darts forward at a speed that is inhuman. I think grasping. Let's see. No. Moving forward, tell me why it doesn't grasp you. You see this motion coming your way. Tell me why he doesn't gain purchase.
Because the injury to his physical form, his real form, disrupts his energy somehow.
I love it. So in fact, you can see the shudder, and this is the unfortunate part, is the visage, that glamour that he puts on is interrupted. This person is yet another just nondescript person, right? An individual. He's nicely dressed, looks kind of like your great uncle in a way, but he's surprisingly spry. What do you do?
I fire again.
You fire again. This time, are you going for a headshot as well or no?
Yes.
Okay. Let's have that roll. Nice. Full success. Pow! You get a headshot. The thing starts to kind of convulse a bit and then goes still. Could that be it? The image of this, the visage of this Ezekiel Gray, as he at this point comes in and is able to kind of grab your shoulders, still sort of glitching in and out. So it's very disorienting as you're looking at the person, then it's this other guy, then it's this person. In two different voices, if you can imagine that, blending between this voice and kind of like this very, sort of old man voice. Oh, violence, 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 honey, that's not the way this is gonna go. I'd intended for us to fuck first, he says, as he grabs your shoulders.
I knee him hard in the groin.
You turn, you knee him in the groin. He shoves you across the room with the strength of a linebacker. You clip the end of the hospital bed, and basically, obviously, I'm guessing you would have had to have put the fire extinguisher down to be doing all this gunplay. So the fire extinguisher is closer to the door. Basically, you bounce across the bed, knocking a medical chart off of the end of it, and you are now on the ground. He is turning and walking toward you. You ought not to really trifle with forces you don't understand, little girl. Why don't you just take those clothes off and make this easy for us, okay?
Will you please?
Take those clothes off for me. As he's approaching, you've got your gun in hand.
That didn't work when I was a little girl, and it's not going to work now.
What do?
I hold the gun up to my own head.
Yes.
As you put it under your chin, he stops. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The camera changes over because I don't want to miss a moment like that. Let's talk about what's going on between Hurst and Groin Grabber. So you are tussling back and forth.
So I just look at Q and like, you've never seen Hurst smile, a real smile. He's just like, that wasn't even the best video, Q. You should have seen the things I did to her. She squealed like a pig.
I am going to punch him right in that wound. Right? And I'm just going to keep punching that goddamn thigh.
Give me a keep it together roll.
Me first.
Give me a keep it together roll.
Yeah, keep it together.
So, Chantel, if you succeed, you can act normally. And you will relieve your sudden rage and adrenaline will remove all penalties. If you fail, you're going to lose 1 stability and be back to -3.
Okay.
And you may see through the illusion.
Okay. 13 successful complications.
Okay. Yeah. So I wasn't looking for the degrees there. So yes, you basically are going to gain your full stability for this attack.
Okay.
As you try to punch him.
Yeah, I am. And so what? Sorry.
Engage in combat.
Engage in combat. Thank you.
Yep.
And so.
So you punch.
And we're in the doorway. I'm assuming that there's just no room.
Yeah, you're in the doorway. I mean, you punch, but the bottom line is you don't hit the wound, right? So you just kind of hit him. You know, you're going back and forth. Now the bad news is that his hand is now free to attack with this syringe, and you see it up in the air. Hurst, what do you do?
Oh, I'm going for it. I desperately want to sink this into any part of him I can get it into.
Yep. Okay. So let's have that engage in combat roll.
Oh, beautiful.
Geez. Okay. You stab forward with this, but again, Q is spry enough to block. And you now realize what's in it, Q, as part of this failure as well. He has some of this black shit in a syringe, or what looks to be the black shit. One more round and we're coming back to Carter. What do you do?
Can I try to knock it out of his hand and crush it on the floor?
I think you can die like a good boy.
I think you say that as this happens. Yes, you can try to knock it out of his hand as an action. And then if you succeed well enough, then I'll allow you to crush it in one action. Otherwise, it's going to take 2. No. So I think that Hurst says that to you as you're like playing keep away kind of thing, right? And he's like, you just need to die like a good boy. Hurst, it's your move.
Right. I'm going to get in close. Like he can smell my like rotten breath.
Yeah.
As I'm like, this is like an intimate experience. As I just kind of try to lower it into the needle into his chest.
Oh no.
That same ranged look on my face.
So, okay, Quinton, I'm going to give you a counter roll. If you are successful, despite your -2, you will basically at the last moment dodge out of the way and sort of redirect the needle into Hurst, so he impales himself.
Engage in combat or avoid harm? Okay.
Well, let's use avoid harm. It's a new roll. Why not? I like that. It's got to be a good success, though. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's allow Hurst. So you're there and you're pushing down. And at the last moment, Q kind of stops pushing back and just basically moves. But he angles his body such that you right into your own chest. You feel the bite of the needle in your pec muscle and basically the downward motion and the warmth of something being kind of pressed into you. What do you do, Hurst?
I just lean back. I look down at my chest, and I'm going to sit down on the floor, pull out the needle, and I'm just going to be like,
You're laughing, and then
Phillips.
black liquid at the corners of your mouth. Bubbles. Tell me more, Hurst. Tell me more.
It's like a fire is flowing through my veins. I didn't know it would feel like this. I was hoping for some kind of ascension, but it's far worse than I could have ever imagined. My laughter turns to screams of pain as I recognize it. This is burning its way through my body in some fundamental way. I don't know. It's like I want to go unconscious, but I can't. I'm stuck on the precipice of consciousness.
I love
lingering
that.
There.
Your eyes swell with this black liquid, and you can see still, but your vision is challenged. You see your beautiful butterfly has reappeared just over Q's shoulder, and she's looking at you with this look of disappointment, like this look of disbelief. How could you have failed? And in this moment where you expect her to reach out and just eviscerate Q, she does the one thing that Lionel Hurst fears the most. She turns around and walks away and leaves you alone, defeated, simple, sad, cowardly. Lionel Hurst dies. The camera pans over. We have the barrel of a gun at her chin. Carter, what do you do?
I pull the trigger.
So you're there for a long moment. I think the door opens. Q, you're there. You see Carter, and it takes you just a half second to realize, oh my God, she's got a gun to her chin. What do you do, Quinton?
I'm gonna Carter no and try to jump into to stop this or to interfere in some fashion.
So,
and I'm just like, Carter, please don't.
Are there bullets left in the gun? I like that question. 1d10. If you roll beneath, let's say a 2. There are no bullets. Anything else? Pow! Flecks of blood hit the ceiling. The bullet goes into Carter's chin. She slumps to the ground immediately, blood pooling out of her. As Quinton is like, Carter, no! Pow! She falls to the ground. This is the first time now that you see this mass lying on the bed, this huge tumor that was once a televangelist, now some unearthly, unholy thing. And this man, who you don't recognize, standing there with his hands defensively up, the camera's not, kind of like this, as if he's trying to get her to stop as well. Keep in mind, you would not know that was worn by Graves. What do you do?
I run to her and try to staunch the bleeding, try to see, check for a pulse, check for anything to see if by chance anything.
You slide in on your knees and you look. There is a bullet wound. You're ill-equipped to assess the gravity of it. She is still breathing for now. So not immediate death, but she's bleeding badly. She it looks like there was an exit wound up by her cheek, and it has ruptured her eye. So as you're looking at her, it's a very grisly scene. She blew out some of her gum and tooth, and you can see down into her mouth, her tongue wet with her own blood. What do you do?
I take off try to take off anything extraneous, staunching blood, and just come on, just stay with me. Come on. And on my phone, I'm going to try to call 911.
Okay.
Try to get some sort of emergency
so you're
access in there.
You're there. The man behind you, you're just in a panic trying to figure this out. We see a camera view of sort of from Carter's view up, sort of hazy with red. Carter. The pain is indescribable. Hard to say if it was the wound where you bounced off of the bed or the gunshot wound that you've inflicted upon yourself. But in these moments, these hazy, bloody moments, you can taste the blood. The pain is so intense. You see Ezekiel Graves standing on the other side of Q, having lifted a fire extinguisher up. You're powerless to do anything about it. And apparently he's powerless enough to deliver a blow. Q, you're there, fucking with your phone, trying to figure out 911 when something hits you from behind, boom, in your back with a fire extinguisher. This man who you ran past is apparently not on your side. You drop your phone. What do you do?
Is Carter's gun still there?
Give me an observe this situation. Success will mean you...
What happened to the gun that I gave you?
Because it's in my pocket and I'm not going to see it. I'm sorry, what did you say? The
Observe the situation.
Observe the situation.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
It's around here somewhere for sure. Question is, are you going to notice it in a moment?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it is. She more or less, it appears that she kind of crumpled down, and so it's just right there, covered in blood.
I want to grab it, turn around, and just shoot the guy behind me.
Okay, you grab it, and the guy basically has just hit you with a fire extinguisher. You turn around, and he's basically got the fire extinguisher up and ready to hit again. We're going to go with cinematics. Andy, don't get all physics with me. That kind of stuff pisses me off. Give me an engage in combat roll. Fuck. You're trying to shoot him?
Yeah, I'm just too distraught.
So again, Andy, this is my movie, not yours. The fire extinguisher explodes as you put a bullet in it. Boom! Blowing the guy back, peppering you both with metal shrapnel from the little bits of it that fly off. It's not like Jaws, right? It doesn't blow up the whole room or anything horrible, but there's this horrendous chemical everywhere, and the thing has fallen over. This thing on the bed is writhing around as you cause trauma to its host. What do you do?
Is that thing down? And I mean, I don't know how wounded I am. I guess just like peppered with shrapnel.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're bleeding, you're in pain, but adrenaline is going to carry you through it. You basically, he was up like this. You shot the thing on accident. It sprayed its contents everywhere. If anything, you might have trouble seeing out of one eye or something like that, right? So you're okay.
And so we've got the squealing thing in the bed, and that guy has been blown back.
Yes, he has fallen down, and he has lost his fire extinguisher.
I want to shoot the thing in the bed.
Okay.
Because it's creepy, and I don't know if I would see that there were bullets in it or not. Because I know that 2 bullets have been shot in, 3, 4 now. But I want to try to shoot the thing in the bed.
Okay.
Because it's freaking me out.
Yep. So you can walk right up to it. I would think there's no reason to roll. You can walk basically right up to this thing and fire.
Okay.
You put your barrel of the gun to its kind of scarred, slick, weird flesh. Put your barrel up. Pow! You put a bullet in it. Pow! Click, click, click. As I said before, the puncture wounds in it basically open up. There's a sort of an ichor. It literally looks like the cooked, like a sort of over easy egg yolk, right? Just like oozing thick and yellow, deep yellow. It does nothing. What you hear in the distance, though, the shrieking, the approaching servants who are alarmed because they realize that their host, their God or whatever is in danger. Oop, somebody's got the stream audio on. We still there? Okay, good. Much better. Sorry, it was echoing on me. What do you do, Quinton? You're running out of
this
time.
thing is still
It's
moving. It's
the machines are still running. You don't know, some of them you just don't recognize. Like I said, none of you are medical professionals, and in the moment you're not really taking serial numbers and model names. But there are some curious
I'm just gonna
machines.
start pulling cords.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. Pull them all out.
Yeah.
Unhook everything.
Okay, you start unhooking everything, just pulling all these things, pulling all the cords, until you have this thing just laying there, and the man who was blown back is moaning as you pull these things loose. You notice he seems to struggle to move. It's like you're disconnecting his connection to reality. You have to get rid of this thing. You have to find a way to kill it.
And the cords just, I mean, it seems to be dying, but not dead. Correct?
Yes, Carter. Give me an act under pressure roll. As you're there, trying your best, you're suddenly, you just wish you could let go. But all you can think of is the flames. All you can think of is those flames that from the fire, from the campfire, but fire's the answer. But sadly, your mouth doesn't function and you're unable to say it. Quinton, what do you do?
I want to yank the pillow from out under its head and try to smother it.
Okay, you do.
Because I would not think of fire.
Yeah,
so,
I know for sure.
Yeah,
you absolutely wouldn't.
I want to try to smother it.
So you're there.
And crush it if I need to.
Lionel Hurst. The world isn't what you remember. So much better. You know what waits on the other side of that door. You can see through its eyes. It can see through your eyes. You survive the transformation. A little worse for the wear, maybe. Not exactly a ladies' man. The black stuff, well, it's just a consequence. You're a servant. You've ascended. What do? You get up from the table, get up from the floor.
You know, now that I understand that the preacher was just a servant as well, I think it's time for me to be the one who serves the real masters, and he needs to be taken out of the game.
Roll to see through the illusion. No penalties for this one. Roll 20 is really working for us today.
All right.
Yeah, so you believe that. It's time for you to step up. What do? You're well aware of, well, you wouldn't know what's gone on the other side of that, but you know that this, just by happenstance, you almost gave Quinton this gift. You can smell him. You can smell his sweat. You can smell the inner thigh, that fucking musk. He's just there. What do?
I'm going to walk into the room, and I see Carter on the ground. Her self-inflicted wound. I'm going to try to save her. She wasn't meant to go this way. I believe I'm the only one with the actual medicine skill to be able to do this somehow.
You, amazing, because you, the thing that was Dr. Hurst, come walking into the room. Quinton, this is not lost on you as Dr. Hurst comes ambling in from his ears, his nose, his mouth, his eyes, this black stuff oozing and just readily stringing down as he moves in and mindlessly in his head. He's got it all together, right? But this is what you see. He's walking in, drooling this stuff everywhere, ambling toward Carter. What do you do?
I bend down. I grab her face and I give her a kiss. And as I kiss her, I let all of the black bile that's coming out of my body slide into her ruined mouth and down.
The most incredible kiss ever. Quinton, you're there fucking trying to kill this thing, and you look up just as he basically has moved into the room quickly, right, ambles over and flops down on Carter. Just as you're about to act, you see this embrace and the aforementioned kiss as this stuff drools into her mouth.
I want to drop the pillow. I want to take the gun out of my hoodie pocket. I want to try to, and I'm going to run over, try to shoot Lionel as I'm on the way over, because I want to try to scoop all of that out of Carter's mouth as much as close.
So you come in,
in,
and I think this is also from Carter's view, is you wish you could move. You've obviously injured yourself gravely, but you just wish you could move on. But this Hurst is there, and he's it tastes horrible. It's bitter and thick, and it seems to move on its own as it's entering in your mouth, and then pow, your eyes are splattered with matter, with skull. Lionel Hurst truly is dead as you blow his brains out everywhere. And you're there, hands shaking. You look down. Carter's eyes wet with this black stuff. She's convulsing. What do you do, Q? What do you do?
As I'm trying to wipe it out of her mouth,
you pull her jaw loose from where she blew it from its moorings as you're pushing and trying to help, and you realize she's too wounded. This is beyond you. What's going on here? And then there's that guy who's still alive, who is coming your way with his fractured fire extinguisher. You look over. What do you do?
I'm going to finish the job that Carter started.
You're going to kill Carter?
I'm going to kill Carter. Put it right up in where her jaw came out. Bam, right into her brain. And before I pull the trigger, I'll be like, Carter, I love you.
Carter Sullivan dies. And with it, Adam Cross's last hope of fulfilling his wish of living again was to claim the one thing that he ever truly loved. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Dark Ledger, and it has been my pleasure to run it for you. Thank you for watching. Good night.